Hello, and welcome to the State Fiscal Year 2026 Capital Investment Post-Award Grant Reporting Technical Assistance Training. My name is Carrie Parker, Resource and Training Specialist at Community Care Network of Kansas. Congratulations to your organization on receiving a State Fiscal Year 2026 Capital Investment Grant, or CIG as we call it. The work has begun, or it is beginning, and now it's time to begin preparing to report out on your progress so far. During this video, we will review the reporting deadlines, report guidelines, the budget expenditure report form, required documentation, how to complete the online report form. We'll also go over when to submit a change in scope and what you need to submit with the request and when it should be submitted by. Please note, the first report is due by March 31st for the period covering December 1 of 2025 through March 31st of 2026. If your project is not complete and you will not have expended all of your SIG and matching funds, you will have one more report to submit by June 16th of 2026. The second grant payment equal to 25% of your total grant award. If less than 50% of the first payment has been expended, your first payment will be delayed until you have either submitted an amended report showing that at least 50% of the or more of the initial funds have been expended, or you submit your final report showing that both SIG and matching funds have been expended. Here are some guidelines to help you as you're working on your report. You will account for all SIG funds and matching funds that have been expended during the reporting period on the expenditure report form. Indicate on the documentation which items and the amount of the items charged to SIG and the amount of the items that were charged to SIG and/or matching funds. You will use the 2026 budget expenditure report form, which is now required to be signed and dated by the person completing the form. On the narrative section on the report form, you will need to include 1 to 2 paragraphs of the activity during the reporting period. We want to know the successes of the project and any struggles you may be having. And while not required, we love to see pictures of your projects before, during, and after. Here's the updated expenditure form. It is the same as the State Fiscal Year 2025 form, with the addition that the person completing the form needs to sign and date. You will use this form to enter the total amount of SIG and matching funds that were expended for the reporting period, which will then be entered on the report form on the total SIG funds expended line and matching funds expended line. We will also upload this document along with the invoices and/or receipts that have been reported on the expenditure report. Please note, as you are completing the form, you will enter the invoice number, the company name, the item number and description, the amount of SIG funds and/or matching funds that were expended. Again, the form needs to be signed and dated by the person that completed it. Your SIG and matching fund columns are set to auto-calculate. You'll enter the amount of SIG funds expended and the amount of matching funds expended on the online report form. And again, make sure you sign and date the form. All right, so here are the instructions for the online report form. And we're going to click on this link here and we're going to go to the online form. You're going to click, if you click on this little calendar and you click today here at the bottom of it, it will enter in today's date. You want to enter in the legal name of the organization. Indicate which reporting period this is, and this is the first report, so it will be December 1, 2025 to March 31 of 2026. It will come down to this amended report. Since this is the first report, everyone should be saying, no, this is not an amended report. Is this your final report? Have you expended all of your SIG and matching funds? Then click yes. If you have not, click no. You're going to go back to your form, back up here, and you're going to enter in the amount of the You will take the number of the SIG funds that were expended and the number of the matching funds expended and enter them onto the online report form. So the total amount of the SIG funds expended on our report were $14,871.46, and your matching funds were $6,545.45. You will need to enter in a brief narrative of the activity during the reporting period. Tell us the successes you have had, and any issues you may have had with vendors, supplies, etc. You will enter in the name of the person that is submitting the report and their title. Click on Browse under File Upload, and then you will select your documents that you want to upload, and we're going to grab our invoice and our where is it? And our expenditure report form. You just click on Open, and it will automatically upload them. If you would like a copy of your responses, click on that box, send me a copy of my responses, enter in your email address, and submit. If you see this screen, success, we have captured your response, then you have successfully submitted your report. Change in scope. We understand that there are times that a project direction will need to change, whether it's an increased cost of supplies, lack of supply availability, another more immediate need has come up. There are various reasons a change in scope may need to be requested. To request a change in scope, you must notify Community Care. Email me at kparker@communitycareks.org. My contact information is also on the last slide. You will be emailed the link to the online change in scope form. You will need to complete the form and upload the required documentation. Please note the grantee's change in scope request must be approved by Community Care first before the change in scope can be implemented. The change in scope request must be submitted no later than March 31st, 2026 for consideration. The change in scope request will be reviewed within 5 to 7 business days, and you'll be notified by email the outcome of the request. As part of the change in scope request, a completed revised line item budget form for any financial changes to the budget. This can include different equipment being purchased, different supplies, contractors if you've totally changed the scope, can be of various items. Please enter the items that are staying the same on the budget for both SIG and matching funds and enter new budget items. Please highlight the cells or somehow indicate these are new budget items, as this will assist us as we review the budget. As part of the change in scope, you'll also submit an updated revised work plan. Please keep in mind as you're completing the revised work plan, this is a comprehensive tracking for the project's activities. Each project activity, existing and new, should be documented on the work plan. You'll put an X in the month the activity is scheduled to occur and the anticipated dollar amount of SIG and or matching funds. These amounts should align with the revised line item budget form. So this is just a screenshot of the online report form, or the change in scope request. Enter in the date the request is submitted. You're going to enter your organization's legal name, give a brief description of the original scope of project, a description of the proposed changes to your scope of project, justification for the change in the scope request, and in the impact that changing your scope of project would have, whether it's approved or not. Does the change in scope increase or decrease your total project cost? Has the timeline been impacted? Upload the revised line item budget and revised work plan. You will enter in the name of the person and title submitting the request. Submitting a change in scope request does not guarantee the change in scope will be approved. Again, all change in scope requests will be reviewed within 5 to 7 business days of submission. If the request is denied, an explanation will be provided. Thank you for taking the time to view the State Fiscal Year 2026 Capital Investment Grant Post-Award Report Training video. If you have any questions as you're completing the report, please contact me at the information shown. I look forward to reading about the project, the progress of your projects, and any pictures you choose to share with us.